So, as you can see, this is my racking here for my solar panels. And this is 100% strut and strut parts. You know, those are lag bolts down here and just regular washers. And I just used such a big head that I had to go from the top. I couldn't get my wrench in there to put that on the inside, so that's what buckles this end down. It's just right in the roof, right? And that's the same on that side there. And then up here is the chunks that I cut off to put the inside rack to hold the parts in the inside. So this is just full parts. This is a temporary setup, so I didn't want to cut anything. So I just, you know, I mean, the angle is ish, the direction is ish. You know, this is quick and dirty. So these here, this is where it's mounted to the roof, and some bolts there. All right, and then it just got these angles here that kind of enable you to put these things at any angle pretty much. And you know, that thing is freaking on there, like that doesn't move at all. I might have wanted to put these two things closer together. This is a little teeny. I mean, if I just would have put those in like maybe a foot in, but I mean, it's really nothing. If I go like that, I can get it to shake a little bit. But the panels on there, it'll probably tighten it up. But these do not move at all. Well, up and down a little bit, but they do not move side to side or anything. And then this is how I'm holding down the panels. It's just all right, there we go. Not that windy, but it's a little windy, and I don't think the panels are going to blow away. They might move a tad bit though. I'd say I could use more bracing potentially if I don't want them to move at all. You know, there's a little tiny if I shake it, but they all move as one. So, and 3 of those panels is pretty much one stick perfectly. So I'm happy with it. All right, so here's my inside, how I'm working mounting this stuff. So these are little J bolts, and they go right to the container's strap right there. So that thing's just on there, and then the same thing down at the bottom. Okay, so there's 2 vertical, and currently there's just 2 horizontal, but I'm going to be adding probably 1 to 2 more, because those 2 just pretty much are the ideal for that, which is a little overkill, I'll admit. But I've got my panel here, and that's going up there. It's going to take a third because it doesn't line up with those, so I'll get a third, put it all the way across. And but then the inverters will go up there as well, and maybe I'll get lucky and the inverters will line up on one of the you know, this one or the one that'll be for that one. But if they don't, I'll just put another one. It's not that big a deal. These are only like $22 from Lowe's, right? So $22, and you know, I get to have the full length, you know, and I can wires whatever I need to run there, other stuff, you know, there's plenty of room, and this is on there really solid, really solid. I mean, this doesn't go anywhere. So I did drill these I drilled out the charge controller, the 3 holes that I got mounted. Now, I won't do that again because I realized I could just get longer bolts and just bolt through the holes to the back, right? Instead of drilling out the components, I'll just get the right size bolts and then just go all the way through the strut. Not worry about using the fancy little strut nuts that I used, which are super convenient, but drilling stuff out, you drill out something like this, and if you're not super careful, one of those metal shavings goes down in here and arc something, and yeah, you just toasted your investment. And now this thing totally, I'm not even, in the big picture, I'm not sure if this thing's going to be staying or not. I was going to switch it over to my wind, but the auxiliary ports don't work because this is a modified unit. So, this modified unit, my inverters have an MPPT solar charger in them. So I got to do the math, but as I add inverters, I need it for now, but I'm just talking like down the road when I have all my inverters and everything in there, I might not be needing this. But I will need one that works. I will need an actual midnight classic for my wind generator. So if, I've got the wind generator parts picked out, I just, it's just another whole huge expenditure, and so I'm doing this other first. I ordered a 48 volt battery, 120 amp hours. It probably has about 80 amp hours usable, but it's quick and easy. I can just plug it in. It's got a breaker, it's got BMS, and I can just be on the road. And now my panel here, this is a 2-phase 200 amp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a breaker in. Once I can't find how many amps this inverter is, but once I find that, then I will get a breaker for that many amps. I'll put that in there. That will make this one side hot, and then I'll be able to run my regular wires off there. So yeah, I already have plugs and wire, all the DC stuff. I pretty much bought that like right at the start because I was gonna wire all the hot water tank when I was gonna do a hot water tank, which I'm not now, and the pump, and some other things that I was going to be running off this inverter. I was just going to wire all that stuff up like legitimately, instead of the current state of affairs, which is the pile of, where's my finger? Yeah, you can see the pile of wires. So I was going to avoid that, but it just didn't work out. Mainly because this box didn't work. My CIC power box still not working. So if that would have worked, I would have been doing things in a completely different order. Like I would have a shower right now. That would be so awesome. And now along with the shower, I'd also have the laundry and everything else. All the plumbing stuff would have been done by now if the box would have worked correctly. So it kind of set me back, and now I'm down the road of solar stuff. I got to put a whole solar stuff system together because the box didn't work. So my plumbing stuff has just gotten set to the back of the bus, and but I've got a bunch of the parts. So as soon as I get the solar system and I have reliable power that I can trust is going to work, at that point then I can move forwards with the other stuff. But right now it's solar and super fun, right in my wheelhouse.